we are on HT Football Talk, the debate between Bryce and Matt. We'll start off with who would you rather have as a wide receiver on your fantasy team, Allen Robinson or AJ Green? We'll start with Bryce.
That's an easy pick for me, Gavin. I'm gonna go with AJ Green. Here's why. Robinson, he had a lucky year last year, honestly. I don't know how he did it. He's got Bortles at Q. I just don't think it could be done again. Honestly, Green is much better.
But Bortles he had more points than Andy Dalton last year by a lot.
Okay.
Allen Robinson in the second year of his career was already hit his peak, so he's only going to get better. AJ Green in his fourth year of his career is still like below 1,300 yards. Allen Robinson's up to 1,414 touchdowns. How can you explain that?
Honestly,
in the second year.
All right. Green
Isn't he
still
just
did
gonna
much
get
better
better?
last year. Green is.
He didn't do much
very-
better last year. He was worse in every category.
PRK of Allen Robinson was 4, while Green was 8. False information.
1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns to 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns. That's not better.
Well, that was a fluke, though. You
It was
know,
a
You
fluke?
know it. You
All
know
right, we'll go
Robinson.
to the next question.
He's also injury prone. He was out a little bit.
We'll
You
go
don't want
David
that.
Johnson or Todd Gurley. We'll start with Matt.
I'm gonna take Todd Gurley here. He was a rookie last year, 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns in only 12 games. So, if you think about that, he would have had 14 touchdowns on pace for 1,400 yards. That's more than any rookie that I can remember, at least. So I think Todd Gurley is gonna be one of the greatest. David Johnson wasn't so great in the playoffs last year. He's probably gonna tail off a little bit from last year. Wasn't that great other than the 40-point game. Todd Gurley was great all year.
David Johnson did do a good job last year, but honestly, Gurley is just overall better. I think they're both good, but Gurley is just better.
Why?
He's just.
Gurley's gonna be the
He's
focal
got-
point of his
He's
He's
offense.
not
Last
He's gonna
faster.
get the ball
David
every
Johnson
time.
is. David Johnson is faster than Gurley.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he
is.
definitely is.
Whatever. Gurley's
He
just
is.
better.
Why?
It's just better. Why?
He's just better.
He's
in,
gonna
like,
be the
almost
focal
every
point of the
category.
offense. On the other hand, when the Cardinals don't exactly, or the Cardinals have way more talent around David Johnson, the Rams have nobody.
All right, we'll go to the last question. Jeremy Hill or CJ Anderson? We'll start with Bryce.
They're both not very good, but honestly, I'm gonna have to go
Why?
with Anderson
Why?
because Hill is gonna be sharing his carries, and Anderson 2 years ago had crazy second half of the year, and I'm not saying it can be done again, but I think maybe a little bit version of that.
Jeremy Hill last year had, I think it was 13 touchdowns, and he's still sharing the carries. He's sharing carries, and he still has a bunch of touchdowns. Don't say that, Andrew. And even though they do have Bernard is injury prone. He'll be hurt. He's always hurt. And Anderson, I know he was good second half of last year, but last year was a first round pick. He was a huge disappointment. I think he's going to be even more of a disappointment this year.
How could it be more of a disappointment when he's being taken so
Because
much
at
later?
least he had a
So
little
much
bit.
later.
At least he had a little bit of production.
I don't
But
know.
I
He's
think
gonna have
Devontae
Booker
is gonna pass
Side
right
with
by
Devontae
him.
Booker.
Devontae
Okay.
Booker.
All right.
All right, that's it for HT Football Talk. We'll see you next time.